Let's look at an example. A study looked at the effects of light on female mice. 50 mice were randomly assigned to a regimen of 12 hours of light and 12 hours of dark, the LD group, while another 50 mice were assigned to 24 hours of light, the LL group. Researchers observed the mice for 2 years. 5 of the LD mice and 13 of the LL mice developed tumors. We first want to determine the percentage of mice that develop tumors from each group. So we're going to use a two-way table to display this data. So let's fill in the table here. We're told that 5 of the LD mice and 13 of the LL mice developed tumors. Whoops, and I've got DD here. Let's change this to LD. Okay, so the LL mice, we had 13 that developed a tumor. There were 50 mice total in each group. So that means 50 minus 13, or 37, had no tumor. In the LD group, 5 of the mice developed tumors, and so the remaining 45 mice did not develop tumors. Now, what's the percentage of mice that develop tumors from each group? So the LL percentage that developed tumors, I want to take the LL group, the number that got tumors, and divide by the total in the LL. Say tumor LL. So I have 13 divided by 50. If you plug that into your calculator, you should get 0.26. And if I convert that to a percentage, I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the right to get 26%. What about the LD group? Well, I'm going to do the same thing looking at the LD column. So I have 5 out of 50, or 0.10, which gives me 10% of the LD mice developed tumors. Was this a controlled experiment or an observational study? How do we know? Well, let's look back at what happened. The researcher randomly assigned mice to one of 2 groups, the LD group or the LL group, and then they observed the mice. When we're randomly assigning them to groups, we're imposing some treatment on the 2 groups. So this is going to be an experiment, and it's an experiment because the researchers put them into 2 groups. Can we conclude that light for 24 hours a day causes an increase in tumors in mice? Why or why not? Well, first of all, we saw that the group that had 24 hours of light had a higher percentage of tumors, right? Now, since this was a controlled experiment, we're allowed to conclude a cause and effect result. So, since this was a controlled experiment, we can conclude that light for 24 hours a day causes an increase in tumors in mice.